and bunny-themed cast iron casserole. 3 quarts of Easter fun with this beautiful 2 colors, sage or lilac. The sage is kind of this soft minty green, gorgeous like an Easter egg. The lilac is that perfect soft pastel purple. And then you've got, already the reviews are coming in, all perfect 5 stars, loving it. And if anyone at home like me, when we first started working together, how can you have nonstick and cast iron?
Yeah, and
those two are usually 2 different things.
We almost invented this idea of ceramic, non-stick, cast iron cookware. And our whole lineup, Helen, you know this, in the reviews, the word love keeps coming up over and over again.
Right.
And so now one thing we do every season, Valentine's, now Easter, Halloween, etc., we come up with a seasonal lineup in limited numbers. So for the first time, Easter, we came up with this colorway, and people are loving it because I want you to imagine braising, simmering, roasting, baking. Look at the short ribs. You can go oven to table and serve it in the stunning cookware after searing and braising those short ribs, or your pork tenderloin, or your lamb rack, or your spring pasta. And yes, embrace those spring flavors. But think of it this way. Oh, look at this risotto.
You know, I just redid my entire kitchen in the color of the cabinets, sage green.
It's a stunning color. And look, I think pastels are having a moment.
By the way, there's only 500 left in the sage green, so hopefully I can get it after the show's over because I think it might sell out. And $7.50 is the regular price of shipping, but I'm lifting this up. This is real cast iron. This is not like I'm going to put a postage stamp on this to mail it. So the fact that it's free to mail cast iron, I mean, it would probably cost you $100 to mail it.
You can hear the quality. I mean, it feels, listen, like heirloom quality cookware because it is. This is real cast iron cookware that happens to be ceramic non-stick. And I think the colorway and the little buddy on top is so cute when you think about it.
There's a little bunny ears right here.
Hosting for Easter or being someone's guest at Easter.
It's
a little more thoughtful than bringing a bottle of wine or a bouquet of flowers, and it's almost the same price.
Little bunny
so imagine baking something and gifting the cookware, or braising something and serving it in this cookware.
The little bunny face.
It's super fun. And I will... Helen, I got this one for you. There's one less. Save this one for Helen. I will say this is the truth. I cook a lot of good food at home, and my kids and my wife are less and less impressed every day. They're used to good food. When I cooked something in this and served it, they were like, wow, what is this?
Is there a bunny on the lid?
There's a bunny on the cast. I'm like, yeah. It's whimsical, it's fun, but it's also cast iron ceramic non-stick, meaning you can sear and then braise because that lid and the pot, oven safe up to 500. Super important because it allows me to now steam, braise, shallow fry, poach, broil, and bake. I've also got those spring pastas, my risotto, embrace those flavors of spring.
Is that like chicken piccata in there?
So I got some ricotta, some lemon, some capers. I've got a risotto here with a puree of spinach and arugula and peas. It's delicious. Over here, I made potatoes exciting again. Fondant potatoes, check this out. You can only do a dish like this in cast iron. A hard sear on the potatoes, then stock, butter, herbs, then cover it. And that's now going to braise the potatoes. The inside of the potato gets tender and moist, and the outside gets a crusty exterior. This is fun cooking, but it's also seasonally appropriate. I can take this to the table, and because that lid is also cast iron, it stays hot. It's a great way to serve and a great way to cook. How cool is that?
All right, well, sadly, the sage is very popular, probably sell out before I get a chance to buy it.
I'll save you one, Helen.
So I love that you guys are jumping in. I bought a pan after a show with Chef, and it's cast iron nonstick, and there's things you can do on cast iron nonstick that you can't do on any other kind of pan. It really is at, you know, high heat. It smells good. And I mean, just look at how gorgeous the roasting is with a pork. Beautiful. Is that a pork loin?
2 pork tenderloins, and look at the capacity. The root veg, the carrots. It's a one-pot meal. I can now land it on my table for my Easter lunch, and the capacity is really deceptive. 2 large pork tenderloins, absolutely. And by the way, I seared it in that cast iron and then braised and roasted in it as well. That's the magic of cast iron. It allows you to sear, braise, roast, shallow fry, and bake. Don't forget baking. Look at my seasonal baking. You could take a store-bought brownie mix or cake mix and put those Easter egg candies in there.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
That's a great idea.
Or even a store-bought kind of cinnamon roll. But, you know, jazz up that drizzle a little with those pastel colors and those candies. Beautiful. And again, if you're going over for Easter lunch or brunch, gift the cookware. Imagine that.
So, and listen, it's $34.95. The price of a nice bottle of wine. You're gonna
That's
have,
right.
you know, think about this. And I'm gonna tell you, even though there's a little bunny on the lid, I would not just save this for Easter. I would use this all year round.
Yeah.
The color makes me smile. It's so pretty. But this is real professional cookware.
I want to
don't
show
want
you
to
the bottom.
think
When
it's
I
a
say it's
novelty.
non-stick,
Yeah.
even in this sticky, cheesy risotto, I can scrape and show you the bottom of my pan. Do you
With
see
your
that?
spurtle.
With my spurtle.
Yes.
I told you I'd talk about spurtle later.
Yes.
Look. You can see the bottom of the pan. This is real ceramic non-stick cookware, meaning it is cast iron, but it's also ceramic non-stick, 3 layers of non-stick with a mid-layer of actual crushed up diamonds. It's unbelievable, and it allows you to make these magical dishes where you can sear, then braise, then steam, then broil, and go oven to table because they look so stunning.
All right, I do have an update. I apologize, we have a bit of a hold, so if you're calling in to order, I'm sorry if you're online waiting, I can fix that. All you do is go to our 24/7 digital store, hsn.com, and put in the item number, which is right there. It's 885610, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen and then jump right in,
favorite.
especially that sage is gonna go over 900 sold. How many are left in the sage now, Dre? Because
Look at the lamb.
there's like 400 left. So 400 left, and over 400 sold in this presentation between the two colors. They're both beautiful. Think about the purple, because I need one of the sage. They're so beautiful. And I'm gonna tell you, you'll use this all year round. The bunny is very
Absolutely.
subtle. It's almost like, can you see, find the, it's like the
Yeah,
Mickey,
yeah, yeah.
it's like the hidden Mickeys at the theme park. You gotta find the bunny, and that's why I like outline the little bunny here for you in the lid. But you'll be able, and by the way, the base of it doesn't have any design or anything in it. It's just a really beautiful color.
And this is the thing, it's not like you said it. It's not like you're just gonna use it at Easter.
No,
this
no,
is
no.
ceramic non-stick
Correct.
cookware. It's a
Yes.
Dutch oven. So you're gonna use it to braise, to sear, to broil, to poach, to bake. And why did Grandma love cast iron, whether she was frying chicken or baking cornbread? It's all about getting hot and staying hot. Cast iron is the best at retaining temperature.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What temperature oil do you have when you fry chicken in there?
I go 350, and great question.
Okay.
If you go too low when you're frying, or if you add cold food to your oil, if it's anything other than cast iron, the oil temp drops and the food soaks up the oil. Now you've got greasy chicken. Grandma fried in cast iron because it stays at the correct temperature. And that's important if you're braising, if you're frying, if you're poaching, if you're baking. You want
Yes.
even temperature. So we all love cast iron.
And I've heard you say that keep your proteins at room temperature before you.
And then sear,
And then
which is
sear,
what I did
yeah.
with my pork, my
Okay.
lamb, my short rib, all that good stuff.
By the
Cooking
way,
is all
I'm
time and
using
temp.
these shows to learn how to cook. If you
And
guys
you've
have
learned a
time.
lot over the last few years.
I have learned a lot. Well, you take a lot of time and answer all my questions.
No, you're getting
because when I
good.
get this home, I want to get the most out of it. I want to learn, because I've always wanted to fry my own chicken. I've never
Sure.
done that at home, and I didn't want to buy a separate appliance just to fry.
And I think people really love this cast iron lineup because you can do that. You can shallow fry, you can braise, you can poach, you can pop this under the broiler. Imagine if there was my cheesy pasta bacon, I wanted to put some more parm right before serving. Under the broiler, no problem.
Oh,
Can
because you
bake-
want to melt the cheese.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This thing is, I mean, listen to this thing. It's built to
Right.
last. It is the real
Oh
deal.
no, I'll do you one better.
Listen to that. That's what you want to hear.
And I'm not gonna break it.
Now, I will say this.
Yes.
It does say oven safe up to 500. We've
Yes.
tested it to over 800. So there's nothing you can't do to this.
And
so
it's-
it
it's
looks
also-
cute and it's pastel colored, but
This-
it is heirloom
is-
quality cookware.
It is
I love
heavy. It is. This is the real deal. This is actual cast iron, which, by the way, makes me reiterate what a great deal it is that we're going to ship this to you for
Yeah.
free. Oops, I got the bunny
Look at
upside
the
down.
short
I don't want an
ribs.
upside down
Oh my
bunny.
gosh.
There's my
Even-
bunny.
by the
There's
way,
a little
Helen,
bunny. There's his little ears right up top. There's
One
his
thing
little
I
face.
did, I made my big batch of colored eggs, and all things Kitchen HQ, you can go on the product page and see videos and recipes and pictures. This included. Even just as presentation, to add in the
Yes.
morning, Easter
Yes.
morning, your colored eggs, to give them a home to live on your brunch table.
Pretty.
Even just as presentation, it is stunning. So you're gonna use it as a presentation vessel. You're gonna use it as baking. You're gonna use it for your searing your Easter lunch, your Easter dinner. You're gonna use it for braising, for broiling, for poaching, for steaming. The lid is oven safe up to 500 as well. That's important because now I can sear my potatoes and braise them. Same with that lamb rack or the short rib or those less expensive cuts, you can now turn into something extraordinary.
Yeah, absolutely. We're super busy on the phones. I love that you guys are jumping into this free shipping day extravaganza. This is only $34.95. Do
beautiful.
a search on your computer for cast iron Dutch ovens and see the kind of prices that pop up. And then see the kind of shipping, $25 to ship, $30 to ship. It'll be the same to ship it than it will be the entire price of this.
And again, you could do your cloud eggs on Easter morning, your baked goods, your cakes.
I don't even know what cloud eggs are.
I'm gonna get you the recipe, Helen. I made a sourdough. Look at my sourdough bread there.
Okay.
I have a fun job. I'm telling you, when I made all this and served it to my family, and again, they are used to good food now.
Yes, they are.
But when I served it up in this thing, they looked and said, wow.
Yeah.
It was so whimsical. My wife and kids, their eyes light up and they go, this is so fun. Imagine that for your Easter brunch, your Easter lunch, your Easter dinner. And again, as a gift, you said it, for the price of a nice bottle of wine or a bouquet of flowers, this is so thoughtful to bake that Easter dessert and give it to your host and say, keep the cookware. How about that? I love that.
Right. And I'm just showing you that this is actual cast iron by all my clinking and clanking. So
yeah.
I apologize if that noise was like, what is that host doing? This is real cast iron. However, it is non-stick. Over 1,100 now ordered, flying out the door. $11.65. You get a Dutch oven, Easter themed, with the most beautiful colors. We've got sage green, which is kind of a little bit of a mint kind of undertone, but just soft Easter egg pastel colors in lilac and sage.
Land it on your table, Helen. Land it on your table. I love the lid, not just for cooking, but for holding the temperature. So if I have my perfect short ribs and I put that lid on and leave it on my table, because it's cast iron, it's gonna stay hot, stay warm, so that as my guests sit down and linger and serve themselves, it's still gonna stay hot. You still see the steam coming off. Same with my fondant potatoes. That lid is important because it allows me to not just keep it warm, but to steam and braise. So it's super key that the lid is also made of real cast iron, and it's just whimsical and it's just fun.
Yeah, and also get creative. And where do we get these recipes? Is it on your social media?
They're all on hsn.com, on our page. Go to the Kitchen HQ page.
Kitchen
and
HQ
you're gonna see
page on
almost
hsn.com.
all of our products have videos, recipes, pictures. It's really fun, and we want you to get things home and start cooking.
I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
that is a good tip. All right, we're just gonna spend like a minute. Let me just scooch over here to show you.
Oh, yes.